Hi guys, today we're going to be working out 1 and 2 step problem solving using addition and subtraction. So please make sure that you have day 4 up at the top. So let's get started. Number 1 says, over 3 months, Ela ran a total of 500 kilometers. So that's our total. That's important. In April, she ran 224 kilometers. In May, she ran 137 kilometers. So which one cannot be used to find how many kilometers Ela ran in June? Okay, so I'm going to draw myself a strip diagram to help me solve the problem. So I know that the total is 500, and I know that it is cut into 3 pieces because they're talking about 3 months: April, May, and June. Okay, so I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. So this is April, this is May, and this is June. So we know that in April she ran 224. In May she ran 137. And we don't know how much June is. So we're still trying to find that out. All right, so we're trying to see which of these is not correct. All right, so if my total is 500, we can take away the first part, which is 224, and we have 276 left over. Then we can take away the second part, which is 137, and we have 139 left over. So that is correct. Or we can start with the total, take away the first part, 224, and take away the second part, 137, and have 139 left over. So that's also correct. Or we can add the 2 parts first, 224 plus 137, and then once we add them together, we can take it away from the total. So that one's also correct. Now here it says subtract the 2 parts first and then add it to the total, which is not correct. So the only one that is wrong is letter D. For number 2, for the school play, Joe sold 225 tickets for Section A, 275 tickets for Section B, and 150 tickets for the balcony. Joe drew a number line to show how many fewer tickets were sold for the balcony than Section A and B. So it says how many fewer than A and B. Okay, so we know that this is Section A, this is Section B, and this is the balcony. I'm going to put BAL for balcony. Okay, so Section A was 275, or I'm sorry, 225 up here. So 225 was the first section. Section B was 275. And then the balcony was 150. So you know what, let me move this over a little bit so we can have some room. So this is 150. Remember, you need to be writing all this down. So we're going to first, it says A and B, which means that we have to combine these together. and then it says how many fewer. That should give you a hint that you're going to be subtracting the 150. So I'm going to write my number sentence at the bottom. So 225 plus 275, and I'm going to put this in parentheses because that's what I want to do first. And then I'm going to take away 150. So when I add these together, you can see here 225 plus 275 was 500 because that's where we stopped. And then when we take away 150, we went back and we stopped right here, which is 350, which is letter G. Number 3, which of the following can be used to solve this equation? So we have 327 plus 179 first, so this should be first. Then we take away minus 138, and we have a total of 368. Let's read each answer choice. Easel drives 327 miles on Monday and 179 miles on Tuesday. She has 138 more miles to drive on Wednesday. How many miles will Easel drive in the 3 days? Okay, so here it says how many in all 3 days. Which means I have to add all 3 numbers. So that is not correct. Letter B, it says Edwin has 227 baseball cards and 179 football cards. He also has 138 soccer cards. How many baseball and football does he have? So they don't even include the soccer, which is not correct. I need to include all 3 numbers. Letter C, Tammy saved $327 to buy a smartphone. She discovers that the phone is on sale for $179. Tammy also decides to buy the latest video game, which is $138. How much money does Tammy spend on her purchases? So for this one, you just have to add. So how much money spend on her purchases? So she's only going to buy the phone, which is this much, and the video game, which is this much. So again, you don't need the 3rd number. So that's wrong. And letter D, Jackie buys a printer for $179 and a laptop for $327. The store gives her $138 for her old computer. How much does she pay for the printer and the laptop? Okay, so this one is correct because you have to add the printer plus the laptop and then take away 138 because that's how much she received. So that's my answer. Last one. Mrs. Vistel makes 20 drill team costumes. She buys 225 yards of trim. She uses a total of 123 yards of trim on the small costumes, 178 yards of trim on the medium costumes, and 117 yards of trim on the large costumes. Which equation can be used to find the total? So find the total number of yards of trim she uses on the drill team. So technically I only need this, this, and this. I do not need the 20 and I do not need the 425. So if I look at my answer choices, here's 20, I don't need that one. Here's 425, I don't need that one. Here's 425, I don't need that one. So H is correct.